The Giro d'Italia never lets up. After the brutal slopes of Blockhouse and the punchy climbs of the Marche, the race now heads into the Tuscan-Emilian Apennines for another uphill finish and another showdown among the GC contenders.
My feelings are better and better after the breakaway, after the crash, but yeah, we will see what I can do today.
Afonso Eulalia still leads the general classification ahead of Vingegaard and Gall.
Yesterday I had a really good feeling on the bike, and hopefully today as well.
Jonathan Narvaez claimed victory on the Marche climbs after a three-man breakaway with teammate Bjerg and Leknesund that started 50 kilometers from the finish in a stage raced at a blistering average speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Vingegaard, supported by his team, kept everything under control on a nervous stage marked by constant attacks and a headwind. His calculated pursuit of the pink jersey continues. Pellizzari, after cracking on the Blockhouse, chose to stay with the GC group.
Come on.
Avoiding any overly ambitious moves.
Grande Giulio Pellizzari, grazie alla...
Correre in Italia è sempre speciale a prescindere da quale regione sia, e l'ultimo arrivo in salita qualcosa ho imparato, quindi speriamo oggi di andare meglio.
Before tomorrow's well-earned rest day, riders face 184 kilometers from Cervia to Corno alle Scale, an Apennine location where Alberto Tomba first learned to ski and train. The route is flat from the start until Silla, but after Sasso Marconi it begins to rise gradually along the Porretana road, leading into the final climb. The stage concludes with a first category mountain climb that will once again reshape the general classification. It's an irregular ascent with easier sections followed by 12 kilometers of continuous climbing, featuring bends and hairpins. In the final 3 kilometers towards Corno alle Scale, gradients hover around 10% with ramps peaking at 15%. A true test for riders targeting the podium like Ben O'Connor.
I think it'll be a good day for the break normally, but yeah, you can never know.
Or for those who've already faced unexpected difficulties in the early stages. The Giro returns here after more than 20 years. On May 11th, 2004, Gilberto Simoni won the stage, finishing 15 seconds ahead of his teammate Damiano Cunego, who would go on to win the pink jersey. The flight of pink flamingos sets the scene before the start.
Ed ecco che è stato dato il via ufficiale.
Finally, full sunshine over the roads of the Giro d'Italia.
Let's go.
Today's stage features 2,900 meters of elevation gain, almost entirely concentrated in the final part. Today, there's a real chance that a breakaway could go all the way, so the pace is aggressive from the very beginning, with the peloton already stretched out. Taking advantage of an overpass, 3 riders try to break clear: Plancard, Milesi and Ballerini.
42 secondi di vantaggio per I 3 battistrada.
After 28 kilometers of racing, Plancard sits up, leaving Milesi and Ballerini out front. Within a few kilometers, they're joined by 6 more riders whom the peloton has allowed to go.
Dunque si è formato un drappello di 8 unità, ripeto i dorsali: Gens della Alpecin, Marcellusi della Barbiani, Milesi della Movistar, sul suo compagno di squadra Rubio Reyes, Naberman della Picnic, Weiss della Poltis e Loland della 1X, e per finire Ballerini della Stana.
The breakaway riders work well together, and by the time they reach Solarolo, their advantage has grown to 2 minutes. After 1 hour of racing, the average speed is a fast 50.4 kilometers per hour. Chasing from the peloton, a tandem of riders launches an attack: Tarozzi and Hamilton. Gens, Milesi, Marcellusi, Rubio, Naberman, Weiss, Loland and Ballerini are working in great harmony and maintaining their advantage over the peloton, which has brought Tarozzi and Hamilton back to within around 2.5 minutes. It's not a large enough gap to confidently expect the breakaway to make it all the way, and the most likely outcome is another showdown among the general classification contenders. After 2 hours of racing, the average speed remains very high at 47.5 kilometers per hour, while the leader's advantage is shrinking and settles at around 2 minutes. The road begins to climb and CICCONE, who had been waiting for the right moment, makes his move. He's followed by Yates and Ulissi as they go in pursuit of the breakaway. The peloton lets them go, while up front the leaders are already tackling the descent towards Sasso Marconi.
1 minuto e 6 secondi di vantaggio per gli 8 battistrada nei confronti del terzetto inseguitore, formato sempre da CICCONE, Yates e Ulissi. Ora attendiamo il gruppo maglia rosa.
The three chasers are fully committed, pushing hard and gaining seconds until they make contact with the breakaway just before the intermediate sprint in Marzabotto.
This Marzabotto, a sad history in recent Second World War when the Nazi troops.
In the sprint, Ballerini takes the win ahead of Gens and Marcelluzzi.
And
He picks up 12 more points in the Maglian Ciclamino.
Mignan leads the points classification ahead of Narvaez and Milan. The peloton now trails by 1 minute. The breakaway group, now made up of 11 riders, is trying to extend its lead and gains another minute on the chasers. Among the attackers, CICCONE is the best placed in the general classification. He was 9 minutes and 42 seconds behind Eulalia this morning, and today's finish could suit his characteristics. After 3 hours of racing, the average speed is 46.6 kilometers per hour.
A 40 km dall'arrivo il vantaggio degli uomini al comando è di 2 minuti e 3 secondi, 2:03.
The Giro d'Italia peloton is now heading towards the Querciola climb at 823 meters above sea level, the first KOM of this 9th stage. The climb begins to split the breakaway with 6 riders losing contact. Five remain out front: CICCONE, Yates, Milesi, Rubio and Ulissi. Among the chasers, the sprinters are dropped and both Pellizzari and Eulalia are riding near the back of the group on the climb. The leaders pass under the KOM banner with a 1 minute and 50-second advantage over the peloton. The order: Rubio, Milesi, Ulissi and CICCONE.
1000 metri al chilometro Red Bull.
Ulissi looks round and he's got Tone Arts on his wheel, and Lorenzo Milesi is trying to ride onto the wheel of the Belgian.
Before the final climb, the Red Bull kilometer sprint sees Rubio ahead of CICCONE and Ulissi. Milesi is struggling among the breakaway riders, while Rubio and CICCONE push on and open a gap on Ulissi. The peloton reacts, CICCONE gets out of the saddle and drops Rubio. A strong effort from Team Visma Lease bike brings the peloton to within 1 minute for the first time. Team leader Vingegaard has had his teammates at the front for a while, waiting for the decisive moment to attack. CICCONE's advantage over Rubio grows to 20 seconds with 3 kilometers to go. With 2 kilometers remaining, Gall and Vingegaard launch their move, bridge up to CICCONE and go clear. Just after the Flamme Rouge, Vingegaard delivers the decisive attack everyone was expecting, a powerful move to assert his dominance.
Come on, Jonas, fight to the line, come on.
Seeing out the tactic that they dictated at the beginning of the day, Vingegaard goes now with 900 metres to go. Felix Gall is emerging clearly as the best of the rest, and the second place is looking good on the Giro d'Italia for Felix Gall. But at the moment, no one has any answer to Visma Lease bike and their leader, Jonas Vingegaard. History is beckoning for Jonas Vingegaard here in Italy. A second victory at the Giro d'Italia for Jonas Vingegaard, who at the moment he kisses the handlebar.
Yes, boys!
So yeah, something I'm super happy about. Giro is something special. So yeah, in the end, a good day for us.
Jonas Vingegaard wins his second stage of this Giro d'Italia ahead of Gall.
The group of the favorites, no?
is crazy for me. I don't know what I can do.
Eulalia finishes 5th and after a strong performance retains the pink jersey. In the general classification, Vingegaard is now 2 minutes and 24 seconds behind the leader. Gall sits at 2:59, while Pellizzari loses ground and is now at 5:15. Tomorrow is a rest day for the Giro caravan. Racing resumes on Tuesday with the only individual time trial of this edition. 42 kilometers from Viareggio to Massa, completely flat, with few corners and long straights ideal for maintaining high speed. A long effort of around 50 minutes, perfectly suited to specialists. Filippo Ganna above all, while the climbers will need to limit their losses. Among the GC contenders, Vingegaard appears particularly well suited to this kind of test, which could significantly reshape the overall standings.